Welcome back to another episode of Game Day Debates. Again, it's your host, Jeremy. We got a new special guest here.
Xavier.
We're back again, just going to be talking about sports like usual. We're going to start out with the women's basketball. Congratulations to South Carolina getting the W. Getting it to them for a little bit. How did you feel about the game? Do you think that Caitlin Clark is going to be the top dog, even though she lost the national championship?
Well, I will say this. I'm not much of a big girls basketball, women's basketball consumer. But recently, Caitlin Clark, she's opened my eyes, straight Cooper. I mean, she's going to change the game for sure.
Now, do you think that Caitlin Clark is better than, let's say, Paige? I know she's not going to the draft this year, she's going next year, but do you think she's better than Paige, or?
I definitely do think she's better than Paige. I think her game, she got that Curry effect, she's the first female I've really seen come off a screen, straight pull up three, and she got.
And it's range. It's almost it's not like it's her up on the 3-point line shooting it. She's hitting it from deep. The only thing is, I kind of disagree. I think Paige is a better basketball player, not a better shooter. I think Paige is better at all around, like defense, driving, inside, mid range. I think is better. Don't get me wrong. I think Caitlin Clark's three playmaking. I think it is better than Paige's, but I think Paige overall. I was talking to Dylan earlier about it, and I think that Paige is like LeBron, and Curry is Caitlin Clark. She's better at some aspects of the game, but all around, I think Paige is better. I do believe both those women will be very, very good in the WNBA, and will kind of change that aspect of not wanting to watch the game anymore. I think the new upcoming athletes for the women are changing the game to where it is watchable, where everyone wants to watch it.
Yeah.
So I think it's actually a better thing, but I do think Paige is a little better than Caitlin. No diss to Caitlin. I think Caitlin's a great player, great shooter, but I do think Paige is a little better.
Well, when it comes down to Caitlin, you got to realize that she's on an Iowa team with
that's fair.
With very minimal elite recruits. I mean, I think they had one person on that roster that was the top 80 recruit besides herself.
I think her. Well, she had 37, and I think the rest of the team didn't even score above 10. Besides, I think one of them. I think it was what's her name? I think Gabby Marshall maybe. She might have had it, or it was the number 3 from Iowa. I can't remember her name, but she was shooting a couple shots pretty good. So I think you might be right. I think Caitlin Clark just doesn't have the people around her besides herself. And then you look at UConn, and Paige has got unlimited resources with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think what Caitlin's doing with her Iowa team is a greater achievement than what Paige is doing with her team. I definitely do think Paige would get money on her own if she was a part of that UConn squad. But I will say this. Caitlin, she got that X Factor, though. I mean, bro.
Double Madden X Factor?
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
She's different every time. But I do want to say, Indiana girls basketball is about to take over. Shout out Nevaeh Caffey. We on the rise.
Oh my gosh. Here we go. Well, we want to give congratulations to South Carolina on getting the dub. Good win against Caitlin Clark in Iowa. So I give it to them when you just don't have enough. You just don't have enough. Caitlin Clark can put up 37, but the rest of the team can't put up just 10 by itself. So give them the win. Now we'll go shift to a little college basketball a little bit. I know you're not the most fan of college basketball in general, but if you had to say, looking at that title game with UConn going back-to-back, I know. I said North Carolina was going to win it all. And when I posted the episode of North Carolina winning it, that night they lost to Bama. So I was obviously wrong. I obviously did not expect UConn to win it. I also did not expect Purdue to make it that far. Do you think it was Purdue had an easy slate because they had NC State? Not saying NC State was a bad team, but they had the 11 seed instead of UConn's where they had that 4 seed. Do you think UConn's run to the championship was easier than Purdue's or harder?
Absolutely not. I think actually I predicted Purdue would make the Final Four.
Oh wow! Okay.
Along with NC State, I said it was going to make the Elite Eight. I didn't expect to make the Final Four, but I did expect NC State to make the Elite Eight. I like NC State's path. I think they had a nice path leading up to Purdue. I don't think Purdue's path was easy by all means. Same with UConn's, of course, but UConn is just dominant. So I mean that is a dynasty for sure. I think people were asking about that if UConn's a dynasty, but UConn's is 100% a dynasty going back to back. And they would just look dominant doing it. So I mean,
yeah, when all their players are scoring over and over again, and their team is just. I mean, what they beat Purdue by 20 or something like that. I think it was
15, 17,
or something like that. Yeah, it was a high. It wasn't even close. Like they beat everybody. If you look at the rest of the bracket games, they blew everybody out like 25, 17, 19. I think 21 was the other one. So like they didn't. They came to play. They didn't mess around. They fucked everybody up. So I mean, if you beat teams by 25 to 15 or 15 to 25, I mean, there's no one touching you. So
100%.
do you think Zach Edey is ready for the NBA?
Doesn't he the NBA talent?
Yes. That's the biggest question. Do you think he is a talent for the NBA?
A lot of people say that, like, you know, his big side is not going to translate to the NBA. He can't defend. I think Zach is an NBA talent. I know Luka Garza is a big reason why people don't believe so, but Luka, I mean, his game isn't very similar to Zach's. I mean, Zach just uses pure size, while Luka Garza, you know, straight pull up. I mean, straight hooks and posts. And, I mean, Luka got the shot too. I mean, he's definitely not a bad NBA player, but he's in the bench. Zach, he's gonna get drafted in the first round for sure.
Do you think he is worth a first round draft pick?
Do I think he's worth? I'm not the hugest Zach Edey fan, especially when it comes to like modern NBA. I'm not really a big fan of huge bigs, unless you're like Wemby.
Yeah.
But I do think he could come in and actually play.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think, I think if he's your starting center, it's a problem, but I think if he's your backup, I feel like it'd be a good solution.
Oh, no, I agree. I think that Zach Edey would have fit in the league really well like 10 years ago. Like you said earlier, the Curry effect kind of, I think, screws him out because it used to be the center was just the big man, as tall as you can get, as big as you can get, just slam dunks, that was it. You didn't have to worry about shooting threes, but now you got Jokic out there, Wemby, you said, like, and then Embiid, like you got centers and cats, sorry. All those centers now are shooting threes. They're all having to be able to get outside the arc. Now, if you have Zach Edey in there, you know he can't shoot a three.
Yeah.
I mean, he only shot 1 3 in Purdue his whole entire Purdue career, and he missed it. But he 0 for 1, and he probably will never make a 3 in my eyes. But do I see him as an NBA threat or an NBA player? Yes, I do, just because of his size. I mean, 7'4" or something like that? It's crazy. I mean, you can't deny the size. 7'4", he's going to get you boards. He's going to get you points in the paint. I mean, not many people are going to be able to guard him down low just because of how big he is. I mean, Wemby might because he's a little bit taller, I think. But without the size, I don't think he's got the talent.
Yeah, I think honestly his biggest question is he's going to come in the NBA. A lot of bigs nowadays can put the ball on the floor and move with it. So, I mean, as long as his game translates and he's like doesn't get played off the floor like Rudy Gobert, especially since Rudy's an elite defender. And, like, if he's getting worked in like drop covers, then yeah, I mean, he's got no hope. But other than that, I do think he'll be a solid NBA player for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, moving into the NBA now, since college basketball is over with, I know you're a big Chris Paul fan. I've been waiting to get you on here because I did pick the Warriors, and now I'm regretting picking the Warriors to win. Dude, what are you guys, like the 10th or 9th seed?
We the 9th seed if we win out, but we could become the 8th. We gonna get in the playoffs for sure. 8th seed too, or 7th.
I'm gonna say here first that pick was trashed by me, so they're not gonna make it. They're either gonna make into the playoffs and lose first round, or just not make it at all. I haven't seen anything enough to do it. Same with the Lakers. You guys are both just.
The Lakers is bad.
Oh yeah, that's true. Lakers are just bad. I want to see Brown get another ring, but it just. Well, I know you want to see Chris Paul, but.
So what's your question? You asking me about the Warriors or?
Do you think they're gonna make a run, make it to the playoffs? Do you think they're gonna win the championship, make the championship, what?
Well, winning the championship is a completely different story. I do believe wholeheartedly we're gonna make the playoffs. I think we're gonna get to the 8th seed before it's all said and done. We got a nice 3-game schedule left. I think it's Portland, Utah, and then Pelicans in the middle. So we take care of the Trailblazers tonight, take that 9th seed from the Lakers, and I think the Pelicans game is going to be big because it's for the tiebreaker. If they lose twice, we take their spot as well. So,
okay. Now, if you had to make a prediction right now, who would be your 2 teams in the finals?
Oh, my 2 teams in the finals?
Without being biased, because I know you want to see Chris Paul get a ring.
Well, I will say this. Boston's going for sure. I think I think Boston has too much talent in the East.
Yeah.
I think that starting five is just greater than any other starting five in the East could possibly put up.
And their benches, they have depth, so it's hard to beat them.
They have a little bit of depth, but they don't really need to play their guys. I mean, just play the big guys big minutes, and then they'll get there. I think I don't think Milwaukee's good enough. Unfortunately, I think Dan's regressed a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless Giannis goes nuclear, then yeah, they ain't really gonna much of a chance. I don't believe so.
So you got Celtics in the East.
Yeah.
Who's in your West?
West, I'm gonna go with sleeper. I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go if not the Warriors, bro, then I gotta go. I might go say Denver, but simple as this. I got the Timberwolves. Yeah.
Timberwolves.
Absolutely.
Holy cow! Where did that come from? Left field?
I'm a big Timberwolves guy. I think Anthony Edwards is a real deal. I think he's elite, and I think Cat doesn't get enough respect. Cat is a big man, 6'11", straight. Can put the ball on the floor, dribble, get to the lane. That three is automatic. I mean, he's shooting like 42% from three at a high clip. So I mean, I think someone's gonna take Denver down. I don't think they're gonna go back to the finals. It's hard to get back there unless you're just a straight dominant team. So I think someone like the Pelicans. I think if Denver sees like the Pelicans, I feel like that's gonna be a tough matchup for them. I think Zion's gonna do big things this way. I'm big on the Pelicans, and
I like the Pelicans. You like the Pelicans?
and I truly believe that the two big men for Minnesota is going to give Jokic a little bit more.
Now, do you think OKC can get a far path, or you think they're too young?
I think OKC is entirely too young.
I completely agree. At least we agree on that. I feel that they don't have enough experience. I mean, yeah, Shea's pretty good, but like the rest of them, I don't even think have been in the playoffs besides Dort, right? Besides those two.
They all went to the playoffs before, besides Chet's.
Oh, Chet's.
Chet and the Twins.
Well, wasn't the plan,
And
or not plan, the COVID year?
Yeah.
So no, I'm not counting that.
What do you mean? Shai played well.
The only thing I'm counting is if you win the championship that year. That is the only thing that counts because there's no fans.
He has playoff
It's
experience.
different.
He had playoff experience.
Yeah, but if Shea goes to, let's say, the Suns, right? They go to their home court. They wouldn't.
Yeah, they're busting Phoenix. I hate to say it. They're busting ass.
Was Phoenix like 6?
They 6 right now. Nah, they 7 right now. Pelicans 6.
I like this one.
Nah, I don't. I hate the Suns actually.
Why?
I don't like Bradley Beal with that team. I think D-Book and KD, you could always work with that. I think that's an elite duo right there. I think Bradley Beal doesn't work because they don't have either playmaking at the point guard position and taking Bradley kills their depth. Their bench is
Yeah, I mean, they don't have many.
I mean, you look around for that fourth guy in the rotation, and then you're stuck with Grayson Allen, Rose Royce, and that's just not good. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to it, I feel like teams like Minnesota. I mean, you got Naz Reid off the bench, so straight Hooper.
Yeah.
You got Denver. I mean, Denver's just always gonna be solid with everybody
I mean,
on
yeah.
the bench. You
So-
got Chris Brown out there dunking on Gobert.
So you got Celtics in Minnesota.
Yeah,
All right,
but I'm gonna go Golden State though. Forget that.
I mean, yeah, I get that. Okay, if you had Minnesota and Celtics, who's winning out of those two teams?
Oh, Celtics at 5.
Celtics at 5 on that one. Okay.
Tatum will get him one STL.
And then what about the Warriors?
Oh, if the Warriors reach Boston,
Yeah.
I'll take Boston to 7.
Oh wow! So you're gonna give yourself another loss to Chris Paul, not getting his ring this year. Wow.
Yeah, Boston's a tough squad, man. But I do think the Warriors are going to get there. Top 3 record in the NBA since January. The best record, I believe, since beginning of February. Everything's clicking, everything's going well. Chris Paul playing well in the second rotation. Curry needs to step it up a little bit, but he's shooting a little bit better nowadays. 5 for 5 last night. We got Clay, he's heating it up. We got Wiggs, he's coming back, playing a lot better. We got JK who's coming through. We got Draymond who's still doing. We got both rookies, Pods, Trace.
I'm about to shock it. I'm about to say 2 teams that I believe are going to make it. I'm going to just get rid of the Warriors because I can't believe them anymore. But I'm going to take Denver. I'm going to keep Denver's spec that I had last time. I had Denver or Warriors, one of the two. I'm going to stay with Denver. I'm going to keep Denver as they're making the spot. And give me the Knicks.
No.
Yes,
You're lost.
this is my team. I see it. They got it. Jalen Brunson has not scored under 40 points in the last 9 games. Give it to him. He's going to get it.
Well, at least my team's fully healthy. they're not going anywhere without Julius.
We're better.
And
We're better without Julius.
if you want my honest question, if there's a sneaky team that makes the finals in the East, it's not the Knicks. It would be the Cavs, my good man. The Cavs would be.
Well,
the
we do own the
seed.
Cavs this year, so I don't know where you're getting that from. We're 3-1 against them. I know last year you said the Cavs were going to beat us. I do believe. Oh wait, yeah, we beat them in 6. And Jalen Brunson outscored Donovan Mitchell every single game.
So you beat a Cavs team who everybody on that team was their first playoff series besides Mitchell and Jared Allen. So let's keep that in mind. Garland's first playoff series, and it was Okoro's, Mobley's, all of them.
Okay, it was everyone's second for us.
No. Brunson had a long run previously. Randall's been in the playoffs multiple times.
Not with us.
And now with you
Twice.
guys, so I'm just-
Okay, Randall when he was in the playoffs does not count when he was with us. He now has to be a star,
Well, the
which in
Cavs-
reality he needs to get the out. He
Well-
needs to get the fuck out of the goddamn Knicks.
Well,
I
the
hate
Cavs
him.
have been
I hate him to
bad.
death.
The Cavs have been bad as of late, but over the Knicks, I'm taking.
I would have said Orlando over the
Yeah, I'm
Cavs.
taking Orlando over you as well.
You're tripping. We're the 3 seed.
You guys can take the Pacers though.
Yeah, I know. That would be the first team to play as the Pacers. If it locked down today, we would play the Pacers first round, which I think we would beat them in 6. And then the reason why I went the 3 seed is because I want to stay away from Boston as long as possible.
That's fine, but y'all gonna play Philly in the first round, and Philly's gonna take care of y'all in 7.
No. You just got to stop beating Mitchell Robinson and Hardenstein. They're right there.
6.
Oh, no. I'm not even going to listen to that.
Yeah.
Knicks in 7 every series, and they're going to make it to the championship. And then they're going to beat Denver.
You hope, bro. You hope, but you still worry about the Celtics. Though.
I mean-
Celtics aren't gonna win. Shout out Tatum. Go get that first ring.
Tatum get his first ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number
I
for
mean,
singles.
yeah. If I'm going to be realistic, it's probably going to be Boston. There ain't no team that's touching Boston right now. I mean, they solidified the first seed like 10 games ago. I think they're up like 6 games on everybody else. Like that. Like I think they're above Milwaukee by 6 games.
No, they're above Milwaukee by like 10.
Oh, it's 10 now.
Maybe not.
It might be.
Yeah, definitely 10.
I was gonna say it's been a big margin for
I
a
think
while.
they got 17 losses. I think Milwaukee got like 32.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like I said, it's a big margin, and there's no denying what they've got in there. Well, that's the NBA trail. Now we're kind of moving towards the draft a little bit, the NFL draft. How are you feeling as a Rams fan? I got another Rams fan on here. I mean, what can I do with this? I hate the Rams.
We everywhere
The
worldwide.
Rams will always be trash. The Niners will always own the Rams. They'll be like our little son. We'll teach them how it goes, But how do you feel about the Rams? It's your first year getting first draft pick since 2016 with
Since
Jared Goff, right?
Since they golf, yeah.
Oh yeah, we beat him too. But go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That was disrespectful.
The draft, man, it's gonna be interesting this time around. I think it's first pick in like 8 years,
Yeah.
so it's kind of a big deal. I really, really hope we just don't draft a receiver.
Dude.
Another receiver is gonna kill my soul. Just give me either a corner or give me a pass rusher. A or B.
Don't you? You have like 19 right?
19, yeah.
19th. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you guys can see something. I mean, do you see yourself as realistically? Do you see yourself as a contender this year, or do you see like a playoff contender, or do you not see yourself making it at all?
If it were in the AFC, you heard it first. If we were in the AFC, we would not be a playoff contender or a championship contender, I would say. In the NFC, it's free pickings. So yeah, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl this year.
Okay. Now you're tripping. Now you're
Yes.
stepping over the
And
line.
it's simple as this. When it comes down to, you look at the NFC landscape of quarterbacks, I just don't see a single one better than Stafford. So I feel like if you're the best quarterback in your conference, you always got a chance. And I mean,
Where's your defense?
my defense is
Your
coming.
defense just retired this year, actually, right?
Aaron Donald wasn't our defense.
Yeah, he was.
He was the main point. Don't get me wrong, and I love Aaron to death. I'm sad he's gone. But
bye.
But the thing with him is, we got a lot of young guys, and we got different corners. I think our D-back situation was very young, and we changed it around by picking up Darius Williams and Tre'Davious White. So hopefully those two.
Oh, you signed Tre'Davious White?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. That's a good choice.
Tre'Davious kind of scares me though. He hasn't played much.
I mean, yeah, he's got. Was he injured last year? I'm pretty sure. I mean,
But when we draft this corner, Ennis Ray Star from Mizzou, we're gonna go ahead and go big things.
if you see yourself making the Super Bowl this year, right?
Yep.
That means you either have to beat us,
Yeah.
the Eagles,
Yes.
the Lions,
Yes.
the Packers,
Yes.
maybe the Bears.
Easy.
you see it. You could see yourself beating all 5 of those teams.
Yes, I mean, truthfully, as simple as this.
How do you see yourself beating us for one?
It's simple.
How?
We always do. In the playoff time,
Dude.
we always do. And it's gonna be hard, of course. It's not, you guys aren't like some cakewalk, but we're division rivals. We see you guys all the time. So like, if anyone's more equipped to beat you guys, it's us in the conference.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I can agree with that.
And then
one.
again, I mean, you guys are gonna have that smash mouth. Everybody touch the rock, hand that bitch to CMC. Y'all gonna do your thing, Debo. But then when it comes down to it, the Rams have the most explosive offense possible, the scariest offense. You don't believe so? Out of all your counterparts in the NFC,
Are you discluding us, or you're taking us
Yeah,
out of it?
obviously.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say, I was like, I mean, I think ours is the scariest
I
offense.
think-
I would say maybe the Lions.
no.
The Lions do have a pretty scary
What do they have
offense.
better than us?
Running back,
Receiver than Kyron? Do you know
Yeah.
the year that Kyron had?
Jameer Gibbs. I'm taking over Kyron.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Maybe in like 2-3 years, but not now. Kyron is balling.
And who else is their back? I forget his name. Can't think of his name on the top of my head. The Lions are the running back.
Talking about, no, you're talking about David Montgomery.
But
But
both of them combined
and guess what?
is better than Kyron and whoever your backup
I
is.
don't care. Kyron was number 2 in the league in rushing yards, and he missed 4 games.
Yeah,
Bro.
he was 300 yards behind.
4 games. Yeah, CMC
300
played.
yards behind?
Yeah, CMC played 3 whole games more.
I mean, no, he didn't. Didn't play week 17.
Yeah, that's 3. He missed 4. Kyron missed 4 games.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can count the Dallas game too, because he only played a half. So,
Okay, dude. Nah, okay. Obviously, CMC is the best back.
okay. I mean,
But
receivers.
It's simple as
We
this.
can go back and forth. Amon Ra.
Cooper Kupp, Puka.
Okay, I'm taking Amon Ra for Puka. That's for one. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing people put on TikTok their top 10 wide receivers, and Puka is above
Why is he
a lot of people because it's his first year.
So,
I'm not putting any
so
rookie
we didn't put Jay Jettis on that pedestal after his first year.
after his first year.
Jay Jettis got that same type of treatment.
It's different.
How's it different?
It's Jay Jettis compared to Puka.
Puka broke records. Jay Jettis ain't breaking records.
Yeah, but Justin Jefferson also had Adam Thielen on his team.
And he had Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp got hurt,
Or yeah, the first 4 or 5 weeks.
and then did he get hurt again during the season?
No.
He didn't.
Maybe like a week at most, but
I thought he missed it a couple weeks, but I guess not. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do not like seeing Puka above, because I see on TikTok like a lot of people like going on live or whatever and showing like Puka's better than Amon Ra.
he is.
No, he's not. They think he's
I love
better.
him wrong.
They think he's better than Brandon Ayuk, which he's not.
He is.
No, he's not.
He is.
Okay. If you want to agree with that, I mean, we've just seen what he does. I mean, Brandon Ayuk has just put up 1,300 yards. He's had back-to-back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons. I mean, he's backed up his shit.
I don't think you've seen what Puka did.
Yeah, I did.
Broke the rookie receiving record.
Dude, I don't give a shit about a rookie receiving record.
1,600 pass receiving yards.
Rookie
Hold on.
receiving record. Rookie, not all time.
But he,
Rookie.
yes, right says. But he still had 300 more yards than Brady Ayuk
I don't care.
with Cooper Kupp on his offense.
Dude, okay, do you see our offense? Everybody's got to get the ball, but Brandon Ayuk somehow, some way got 1,300 yards. Actually, to be exact, 3 of our receivers got 1,000 yards. So,
Dude.
okay, you take one of our receivers away. You take either Kittle, because you don't have a tight end that's better than Kittle. So Kittle,
Tyler Higbee right there.
okay. Back to us. Then you have Debo, Ayuk, Christian McCaffrey, and sometimes Jawan Jennings. I love Jawan.
Dude.
But you have all that offense. You know the ball's going to have to go a different way. So him having 1,300 compared to Puka having
We have the
1,600.
same situation. We have another elite tier receiver on the squad. We have another elite running back on the squad. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
But your elite is a little bit different from our elite.
Yes, we have a quarterback, you don't. And you have a better running back.
I love Brock Purdy. I love Brock Purdy.
Nah.
Purdy is it.
He's
All
all
right, let's get away from the NFC. Let's go towards the AFC. So, looking at, you think it's the Bills' downfall of
No,
getting rid
yeah.
of
But
giving
it's-
basically every single player, including Diggs, or do you think it's like an uphill, just kind of like rebuilding? Do you think Diggs was the problem or no?
Nah, Diggs definitely wasn't a problem.
I mean, it was kind of a similar situation when he was in Minnesota. He got traded because of quarterback issue.
Well-
Same thing. Do you think Stephon Diggs is the common denominator, or do you think he just gets put in shitty situations?
He's definitely like, I wouldn't say he's the common denominator, definitely. I mean, he's gonna do his thing, but he definitely wasn't a good thing if he's like complaining and stuff all the time and all that. I think getting rid of him for a second was not the worst deal. I mean, you had to get rid of him anyway if he was always bitching and complaining, but I definitely think it's the Bills' downfall from here on out. I thought they were going downhill from the jump anyways.
Yeah.
So I think this just helps the process. And rebuilding, I mean, they can't rebuild around Josh or it's just not going to go nowhere because Josh is going to win you football games. So unless you're trying to trade Josh.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to restart a whole rebuild, or you're gonna have to draft and kind of have to find the luck in the like the late rounds or something like that.
Their problem is they're in a stacked AFC, so
Yeah, that's also.
I mean, if you look around the conference, bro, you got to deal with Mahomes. Then you still got Joe, and then you got Lamar, and then you got CJ. Yeah, and then still, I mean, A-Rod's still around.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Do you think the Jets could win the division?
I'm a Jets believer.
If Aaron Rodgers stays, I had it last year that if I thought the Jets were going to win the division. I really did, but Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Do you think the Jets will be good this year with Aaron Rodgers healthy, or do you think maybe that torn Achilles kind of hurts him a little bit?
Well, he can't be much worse than what they did have.
I mean,
so,
they can't be worse than Zach Wilson.
I really like the Jets defense, and I think their defense is going to carry regardless. And I think Garrett Wilson is elite receiver as well.
I think he's a great route runner.
I think A-Rod's definitely going to make this team a 10, 11 win team.
Now, do you think going a little down south in the AFC, the Texans, we seen what they did with rookie quarterback CJ Stroud and DeMeco Ryans. I love DeMeco, but do you see what they did last year? Do you think they're going to be even better and maybe even like an AFC championship contender, kind of Super Bowl contender, adding Diggs? Do you think, because they only gave up, I think, a second round pick for him? So, I mean, and they're not even paying his cap. Bill's got to deal with that for the next 2 years. So do you think the Texans are going to be like a contender this year maybe? Like seeing CJ Stroud, what he did last year with the receivers he had Nico Collins and Tank Dell. Now adding Stephon Diggs onto that, I think also Dalton Schultz and signing Joe Mixon. Do you think that offense is good enough to be a contender with like Mahomes and Lamar?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay away from the bandwagon this time around. I think a lot of people think that Houston's very much so up next. Mm-hmm. I do think CJ's that guy. I think he's a type of QB that can win you any playoff game. I definitely do think the Texans could win a playoff game, but they're running in there. I mean, once you see Mahomes, Lamar, or honestly, I hate to say it, even Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
You see one of those three, your tournament ends there.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I'm still big on the Jets. I think the Jets would beat them as well.
Mm-hmm. You think the Jets would beat the Texans?
Yeah. And sneaky Dolphins pick.
Sneaky Dolphins pick?
Yeah, sneaky Dolphins pick. I think the Dolphins played in nice weather. I think they have a shot for any game. I think Tyreek just carries them.
Alrighty, last thing on the thing. Fun Flip Friday. So what we do here is, I don't know if you've seen the episodes and stuff, we get on the Flip app. All I need from you is one pick to give to the viewers for tomorrow on Friday. So Friday's picks, I need you to give them one pick. I'm going to take here is, I will say, I mean, there's really only one game. It's going to be Milwaukee and OKC, and I'm taking Milwaukee money line. I don't think OKC is good enough. Well, no, Milwaukee's been sitting their players. I forgot. No, OKC money line. They're playing for the number 1 seed. Milwaukee's not playing for shit right now. So take OKC money line with them being at home. So I switched to pick OKC money line.
OKC money line. It's a little sketch because OKC doesn't really know what they want to do yet. They don't know if they're still going to compete for the higher seeds or not.
Yeah.
I think for me, Warriors-Pelicans play tomorrow. And that spread is going to probably be somewhere around, I'll say maybe like Warriors minus 1.5, maybe 2, because they're at home.
Gotcha.
The Warriors will beat the Pelicans by 3, so minus 2.5 Warriors. That's my pick.
All right. Did not mean to do that. I think it's going to be a great pick. Wrong button click. That's on me. But thank you for tuning in to another episode of Game Day Debates. This is your host.